Egypt's parliament has voted in favor of the government's proposed citizenship through investment program, as it tries to create new sources of hard currency revenue.
There are several types of investments for citizenship. A person will either deposit $250,000 donation in the bank or buy real estate with a minimum $300,000. This type of money will be pumped into the economy for one time only. The preferred are investments in companies and industries with a minimum $300,000, which are more sustainable, creates jobs and supports long-term economic development.
This usually involves investing in government-approved real estate, donating to a national development fund, or starting a business that creates jobs. In return for the contribution, applicants and their families gain full citizenship rights, including visa-free travel, the right to live and work in the country, and in some cases, tax benefits.
Egypt's strategic location is the gateway to Africa and links Europe, Africa and the Middle East. We have cheap skilled labor and comparatively low energy prices with a high return on investments regionally. We introduced Golden License that eliminates red tape for establishing businesses. Besides having legal rights as a citizen, the businessman will also receive a special tax incentive and can easily travel to Gulf states in the Middle East and several African countries.
Egypt currently enjoys economic security and political stability. Furthermore, there's an improvement in the business climate, a strong modern infrastructure for different industries, and incentives to attract foreign companies. Egypt's citizenship crucially opens up a huge global market for its investors as well.
We have the highest purchasing power in the region with our 110 million population. Our products also have free access to hundreds of millions of consumers in dozens of countries due to the numerous free trade agreements we signed in Africa and around the world.
The nationality is essential for owners to regularly follow up their assets without the hassle of entry visas or the very difficult residency procedures.
We expect Arab investors to be the majority as they believe in Egypt's citizenship and economic benefits. Then you have the Africans, especially a few Nigerian and Senegalese businessmen have expressed interest to invest and settle in Egypt, plus others who prefer stable emerging markets.
As a precondition, however, applicants must be in good health and have a clear police record. All investments must be in US dollars and transferred from abroad into a special account of the Citizenship by Investment Unit at the Central Bank of Egypt Treasury. Yes, Hakim for CGTN, Cairo.
Let's bring in Dr. Bashem Heshad to get more context on this Citizenship by Investment program over in Egypt. Dr. Heshad, thank you for your time this evening. What kind of tax incentives are on offer for individuals who do take up this Citizenship by Investment offer?
Hello, my friend, and good evening to you and all the who are watching us right now. Allow me first to present some of the key investment drivers in Africa in general, including Egypt, because I would say this kind of incentives comes within the continental, if we could say, framework. So from key investment incentives or drivers perspective, we can actually name the strategic mobility, where the investors are seeking entry points to regional blocks like the ECOWAS, like the AFC, FTA, like the old COMESA, the normal one we all know. All these kind of blocks are available under the opportunity in being an investor in Egypt. So coming outside Egypt to the Egyptian ecosystem gives you this opportunity. I would also talk about the resource-backed innovation, where not only Egypt, let's talk about Sierra Leone, the Go for Gold program, if you can recall this as well, where the investors can contribute in gold, and this also is linked directly to the citizenship to natural assets in this program. So all this context could bring to us the possibility or the potential under these programs to attract more FDIs. From tax perspective, which is exactly your question, in my point of view, for individuals in Egypt, Egypt's program is not a tax haven. Let's say it clearly in the traditional sense, but it offers significant structural advantages for residents and business owners. So from territorial taxation perspective for non-residents, for example, if the new citizen remains a non-resident, they are only taxed on Egyptian source income. So the global income remains untouched. From other perspective, in the free zone exemptions, for example, all individuals who invest in a business within Egypt's the 9 free zones like Swiss Canal Economic Zone or the SCEZ, as we call it, enjoys 0% corporate income tax. This is another one. Third one comes in this context is the SME tax, the small, medium enterprises taxes breaks. The law, if I can recall it correctly, law number 6 of 2025, very recent one. A recent legislation offers simplified tax regimes and exemptions from capital gains and also stamp duties for businesses with a turnover up to 20 million or 25 millions, something like $400,000 US or so around this. But also we can add to this the what's called the repatriation rights, where the full legal guarantee to repatriate capital and profits in foreign currency, which is a very critical driver, I would say, for high net worth individuals. So all of these potentials are there inside the incentive schemes for this program. Yes.
Do we know how Egyptian authorities expect this program to perform in terms of what's the potential uptick that they have in mind? How much FDI do they expect this to bring in within one calendar year, one fiscal year?
Brilliant. This is a very brilliant question. But let me first explain that, or at least make it clear that this program or the program is part of a broader 8 billion IMF-backed reform package to bridge the financing gap and attract a 40 billion US dollars in FDI or foreign direct investment package. So this is the main target. But the projected revenue, let's say while the specific per person targets are internal, the program is a key pillar in Egypt's strategy to diversify the foreign currency inflows beyond Suez Canal and the tourism revenues, which are the top or the two on the top of the most revenue generating sources. We can also look at the integration with the FDI goals as one of these. I would say the program performance assessment, the integration with the FDI goals, where Egypt recorded a record of 46.5 billion in FDI in the year 2024-2025, and the CBI program, or this Citizenship program, is designed to complement large-scale projects like Ras Al Hikma is one of the, if you can also recall this, by attracting a retail-level millionaires and entrepreneurs. By then, I believe we can go for a demand indicators of 2,500 something, like a minimum entry at this 250,000 US dollars. Then the program is highly, I would say, competitive in this context compared to the Caribbean or the European alternative, for example, for 400,000 and plus, leading to an exceptions of a steady growth in 2026, which is hopefully the government could go for.